Hello and happy Freedom Friday to my Cappies, my Capricorns. Hopefully you all are having a great week, Capricorns. This reading is for Friday, but you may be watching this video on Thursday the 7th, but it's for Friday the 8th, right? So we have a new moon coming up on the 10th. So this is where you want to finish strong. If you can just keep in mind, Capricorns, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. If you're just cruising on through, I appreciate it all. I appreciate all the love. Keep in mind, the closer and closer we get to closing out a cycle, the pull to pull you back into chaos and confusion and to carry other people's emotional baggage gets stronger and stronger. So you have to be just that determined to move forward, if that makes any sense. So get it clear. Don't overwhelm yourself. That's why I talk about journaling so much. Don't overwhelm yourselves, Capricorn. If you're sitting down and you wake up and you say, okay, I'm going to set an intention today. I'm just glad my eyes popped open. I'm awake. My heart is beating. I'm ready to get out of the bed, right? Let me sit here for a minute. If I had a dream, let me open up my journal. Let me journal that, because I don't want that to be heavy on my mind the whole day, because life is happening, right? So anything could happen throughout the day. You can get a promotion, something, your coworker can give you some office news or whatever. Something could happen that could throw you off base. So you want to make sure you get disciplined when you wake up. Like discipline when you wake up. Okay, I have an assignment that I'm supposed to do today. Not just work that human gave you. You have an assignment, as a humanitarian, to say, okay, how can I make my life better? How can I improve my life so that I'm not asking other people to hold my emotional baggage, unknowingly hold my emotional baggage. Let's get into it. This is a general reading. Take only what resonates with you. The energy has already been cleared. I've already prayed over your cards, Capricorn. I'm going to give you questions for the moon in Pisces. You already have the questions for the moon in Aquarius. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what's in the cards. Let's see what's in the cards. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Drop your comments below. First card out of the deck, some good news is coming across your path. Here we have the Page of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Temperance card. We also have the Ace of Swords, the Tower card, and then also the Queen of Wands. So now somebody's starting to like the Tower card, right? So Tower card is just an awakening of just kind of like what people were saying about you. There were some energies that were telling people, okay, hold on. Now that they're going down, down, down. See, some people are so arrogant. They still not learning lessons. Here we have the Temperance card. Here we have the Page of Cups. We also have the Page of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Queen of Wands, right? So again, I'm talking to you wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart. So you can just tune into this channel or whoever else's channel to get the answers. You don't even need to talk to certain people, because I got the answers for you right here. So this is what people were trying to tell. This is what people are saying about you, Capricorn. You know how I said in your previous reading how, like, when you're kind of checked out and just like a memory of the past comes across your mind, and how it could come across to other people, like it comes across as a dry noodle, like a person that anybody says anything, they got to walk around on eggshells, like you're about to just crack at any moment, right? Stressed and that kind of thing. So this Tower card is saying, well, you don't know why you're here on planet Earth. And creatively, you don't have a whole lot of support creatively. And your emotions remember, we're talking about water. So that's your emotions, your creativity, there's a wide range of healthy emotions. Your sensuality, sexuality, all those things, right? There are some people who are telling people that you have a temper, right? And so, but being in your purpose and aligning yourself with energies that pour into you as much as you pour into them helps to clear. Your symbol is a seagull, right? So you don't have to sift through a sea of emotions around some people. If you notice that some people, they just right there, y'all on the same frequency, they pour into you, you're pouring into them. But when you're in certain spaces where you feel like people are pulling out the swords, and you're asking, why are they trying to hurt me? Like, why are they trying to hurt me with their word? And you're spending so much time trying to sift through those why sources, like your anxiety about a situation is going down, because you now know what people are saying. They saying you got a temper. And that's not true. Anybody that's in a situation where people are trying to manipulate your emotions, now see on your throne, somebody feels happy, charismatic, and free, But when you were off of your throne, remember fire energy, you're going through a wildfire of stuff. Some people, are warming up to you. Some people are blowtorching you, right? Before you even get a chance to figure out what your emotions are and how to process your emotions, here come the next blowtorch or flame torch or whatever. Somebody warm up to you. This one over here blowtorching you. And then people saying, of course, negative news takes off a lot faster than positive. So source is saying, that's why I talk about in your readings, make sure when you're around people who you feel like give you an opportunity to process your emotions, those are the energies you want to stay around. The ones that's trying to force you saying negative stuff, being slick in the mouth, all of that. And you got to ask yourself, you got to ask yourself what the motive is. Ask yourself the better question. Why am I allowing them to manipulate my emotions? That's what somebody's Tower card is. So yeah, some people right now that's kind of sort of going down, 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 and here's the thing. I say, okay, we got some good news coming across your path. The good news is not that they're going through a tower moment. You can already see that in the cards. You don't need to sit there and watch. You would be just like them to get excited about seeing somebody go through some hardships. I don't even pick that energy up from anybody that's tuned in. If anything, you're looking for some other good news to come across your path, right? So stay in your light. Stay in your light, stay in your light, stay in your light. All you need to know is that karma has spun the block, and karma is making tire tracks on the ground coming around that corner. And so all you need to know is, hey, look, I'm staying forward because I've been praying about some other stuff I want to come my way, and you're on your throne. Your attitude is determining your altitude. You're in good spirits. So you're not interested in how their karma is coming away. There's the good news. Love. Somebody has some kind of partnership in business and or in love coming across your path. Keep your vibrations high. Because that's the good news. Because the good news is not that they're going through something. Source is saying once you got on your throne and you start pouring back into yourself, nurturing yourselves, and you start, getting away from energies that cause you spiritual dehydration, boom. Guess what? That's when this came across your path. A partnership in love and partnership in business. And guess what? They're not trying to see if you have a temper or not. See, some people jumped to some conclusions about you and didn't even know what you had gone through, that you needed some time to process your thoughts until you tuned into this channel. And I was like, listen, Capricorns, y'all the GOAT, okay? If people around you trying to push your buttons intentionally, guess what? I need to get away from you. I didn't realize I was in the wilderness. I forgot I was in the wild kingdom. Let me find my way out of here so I can process my emotions. I didn't realize we was in a circus. So yeah, some energies are going to be trying to reach back out to you. Yeah, because they heard that you had a temper, but see, they starting to realize they don't have a temper at all. That's what they get for listening to lies about you. See, because people spreading lies, they will never tell a full story. See, your energy wants to reach out to you and kind of warm up to you. So they first testing, this is how it works. They're testing. They're trying to see if other people can kind of warm up to you to see if they can kind of sort of strike a flame and kind of sort of get you to kind of sort of react. Sources like give it no energy whatsoever. Because that's how it starts. They'll reach out to other people. They already told people you got a temper. Let's go with their version of the story, because you got love coming across your path, some kind of partnership in business and or in love that's gonna make you feel like you hit the jackpot. Yep, will make you feel like you hit the jackpot. If you respond to them even in the slightest bit to show that you're thinking about them, you're gonna have to completely cut them off. Completely can't be any. They post something subliminally. Let me post something subliminally. No, they out of your life. A partnership in business and or in love is coming through. So when sources saying beat the drum on it, sources right when we talk about beating drums or like music, the vibration of sound is removing negative energy. Okay, they are treacherous. And they are cold and callous. Sources, get away from them. You have a lot of great ideas, and you're going to feel like two situations in particular. So we have 5 and a Knight. 2 situations in particular are no longer your responsibility. They know you don't have to warm up to them. You don't have to worry about, them preying on you. They too busy going through a tower moment right now, telling everybody, lying, saying that you have a temper. Here we have the 5 of Swords. Yeah, so Source is saying to you, 5 and 6 of Swords, you're going through a rite of passage. And what Source is teaching you is that when you're in spaces where people want to assume they have bad ideas about you. You don't need to spend another moment around them at all. If that's what you want to think about me, like you can't express normal human emotions, you can't express grief, you can't express happiness, joy, sadness, none of those things. You can't express any of those things. Source is saying, well, you know what? Let me remove myself from the equation. That's what you'll be doing from now. So yeah, it's two types of energies in particular, that you dealt with in love, in a romantic situation, and also business relationships that told everybody you had a bad temper. See, people, that's how people get people hurt. Lying on people, won't tell people that you could have been grieving something, or you could have been depressed, or, people could have been, attacking your character, just completely and totally uncovered. If you go back to those types of energies, Capricorn, I really don't even know what to tell you, because I just gave you the answer. They told everybody you got a temper. You don't need to prove anything to them. Yep, let's go with your version of the truth, because I don't have anything to prove. And so when the right energies come along in business and in love, this is partnership in business and love. Source is saying you're planting new seeds to grow somewhere else away from those types of energies. You don't have anything to prove. Here we have the Magician card, and this is the Messenger planet, and consider me as being the messenger. Yeah, messenger. Source is telling me to tell you. People were telling people you had a really bad temper. But now all of a sudden, now that a partnership in business and love that's coming across my path, that I feel like I hit the jackpot. Now all of a sudden you want to talk. No, sir, and no, ma'am. Whatever thought you had about me, let's leave it right there, because I've evolved. Even if you thought I had a temper because he was going through. See, remember, these sword cuts right here are not just people being cutthroat. It's also losing loved ones. Some people are so insensitive when you go through loss of loved ones and trying to process grief. There's no expiration date on grief. Sources like, if they were that insensitive, that's what I'm talking about, sensitivity. If they were that insensitive to your grief, sources like, they're nothing but bad news. You only want good news. That's what you deserve. Good news to come across your path. So like I said, you're going through a rite of passage. Yep. Two situations in particular. Like I said, you're going through a rite of passage. Your anxiety about something will speed up when you make a clear cut to not go backwards. Remember, I said in your previous video, if you watch your I think you all had two videos. I think you had a bonus video for the last video. When I mentioned to you all, if you keep on looking back, it's going to be hard to see the blessings right in your face. That one, they're not around anymore. That's not your responsibility anymore. You don't have to look out for anybody. You don't have to put in a good word for anybody. That is outside of your universe altogether, Capricorn. You don't have no thought about it one way or the other. Somebody bring their name up, you just switch the subject. Oh, well, I mean, was that a touchy subject for you? Nope, it wasn't. Let's stay focused on the matter at hand. You don't have anything negative to say about them. Because you've planted new seeds to grow in other spaces, new business relationships, everything. I'm telling you, somebody's gonna feel like they hit the jackpot. You're gonna feel like you hit the jackpot. And here's the thing. The energy, not only do you have a lot of ancestors around you, source is continuing to put people around you to continue to, like, physical energies that are alive, like on this side. Source is continuing to put people around you that's going to help you to stay focused and to help you to be just like this, moving forward. You are not going backwards. Yep. So you're back in the saddle again, both in business and also in love. And like I said, all it takes is for people to come around you and they see, hey, you're grieving, you're sad about some things, you're going through some stuff. You could be going through family stuff. You could have loved ones that's real sick. People are just insensitive to that. So it's just like, that is why you, Capricorn, need to stay close to people who continue to pour into you, just like you work hard to pour into other people. Get away from these cold and callous people, because they will tell people you have a temper, and next thing you know, you sitting somewhere having a complete nervous breakdown while they laughing, and there's nothing funny about mental health. So this is where somebody had to nurse themselves, get back around some people who were helping you to nurse yourself back to health. So that's why somebody's on their throne feeling happy, more clear, like feeling like you hit the jackpot. So here we have 5 at night, that's 4, and then 2 of wands is 6. Again, it's it's like 2 for 2. Your partnership in business and partnership in love to the left. And now you got opportunities. I see somebody doing some online businesses. What's interesting too is that source is aligning you with people who's doing business that these energies won't even be able to touch. They won't have any access to how you grow your money. They won't even know who you working with. None of that stuff, Capricorn. And Source is saying stay focused. Stay focused because you're not going backwards. Here we have the Queen of Cups. Your person coming across your path, and it could be in your life already, a business partner or love situation coming across your path, has also had to learn through trial and error to learn how to pour back into themselves as well, right? That's why you're going to feel like you hit the jackpot, and so are they. They're going to feel like they hit the jackpot as well. They're compassionate. They pour into themselves, and you pour into yourself. So, like I said, it's two situations in particular. Swords kept saying, pick up your swords. Pick up your swords, because people are telling people you have a temper, you're very strategic, and just negative stuff that people have been saying that would make people be get angry about you. That's why Source says you don't need to prove anything to anybody. You have a good heart. You're moving through a rite of passage as far as it's two types of situations in particular, and just pick up your sword of power and intellect and move on. Take your power back unapologetically. You don't need to have another conversation about what. Here's the Hermit card, right? So these two cards right here are ruled by this planet right here. So this is Virgo, this is Gemini, and this is Mercury. That's their ruling planet. So I'm going to put this card right here in the middle. How they communicate pain could be differently than how you communicate pain. But nevertheless, if they are that insensitive that you need time to process and really meticulously look through everything, they didn't want to give you the time to go through, the checklist of painful experiences you've gone to. You don't need them in your life anyway. So let me be the one to say it. Just release them altogether. You don't need those types of insensitive energies in your life at all. If you tell a person, listen to how insensitive it sounds. Like, how when you go through, you have like the 3 days of bereavement on your job, right? That is almost like, okay, you haven't even wrapped your head around what the heck just happened. And I get it from a company standpoint, you still need the work to be done, right? So people find like, okay, if I have leave, I'm going to take off some leave, that kind of thing. Like you tap into that creativity that way. But imagine if there's people that you've allowed to get close to you, loved ones, friends, somebody you date, and you don't even have time to process your emotions before they going into telling people you have a really bad temper. Listen. Listen. They better be glad you're keeping it on the throne. And so, like I said before, keeping it on the throne, Sources says somebody may have said, hey, look, I just need to get away from these types of energies, because that's the kind of stuff that can really get people hurt. I mean, like physically hurt. People telling you that, oh, they got a temper, they mean spirited. Imagine you dating somebody and they have a bunch of family members that, that's just hot-headed energies, right? Their impulsive behavior, and people looking at you like, oh, let them say something. And they sitting there looking at you like a wild animal ready to pounce on you, and you trying to process grief. You don't need to be around those types of energies at all. So, yeah. Or you going into a workplace and, you got a manager that leaves you uncovered, and they know that you're grieving something. They won't send out an email to say, hey, they collect for everybody else and let everybody else know, oh, so-and-so lost a loved one. We can, if you can send cards to this address, but because they got a personal issue with you, which really is a personal issue with themselves, they don't tell the office that you're grieving. And so everybody's looking at, oh, they not doing their work. And to add insult to injury, they bring you in and talk about writing you up and you trying to grieve. Sources saying, yeah, that is enough for somebody's temper to come out. But again, Sources saying to you, that's why, like I said, you got a lot of ancestors around you. And their tower moment is your awakening to say, yep, that's exactly what happened. And I need to learn how to protect myself from that. When people are insensitive to my grief, my pain, I need to get as far away from them as possible. And that's why somebody's planting new seeds somewhere else, because again, you remember you are an earth sign. So this is a physical existence of some things. This is not like a one and done. It's not like somebody said something insensitive. I think I said that in one of your previous videos, Capricorn. It's not like somebody said something one time and you're like, okay, I wonder if they know they just said something that really hurt or painful to me. At that moment, you can speak up. But or, when you get a chance to process something, I'm all about processing things on a regular basis every single day. So that way you don't miss, you try to be as clear headed as possible. Right. And so maybe a day, two goes by. You say, you know what, I need to talk to you about something. You said something the other day that just kind of, just kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. Like I didn't have a chance to kind of sort of recover, like process for what you said, versus people you've been around and they just cutthroat. Sources saying, and these are people you've allowed to get close to your heart. Like I said, there's two types of energies in particular. Stuff they don't even exist anymore. For real, they don't exist. Lesson learned. I just need to be around people who are sensitive to my pain, especially if I told you what I'm going through and you still insensitive. Guess what? Immediate cut. So yeah, that's where your breakthrough is going to come in. That's where your breakthrough is going to come in, because some energies were definitely trying to drive you crazy. That's what they were doing. They were trying to drive you crazy. But like I said, that's where your breakthrough. You asking yourself why? Why are they like that? You don't need to ask why. You just need to get away from them. You don't need to ask them why. Nothing. Because then you be asking generational baggage and like their generational traumas, ancestors, that kind of stuff. Like you be holding their emotional baggage. So sources saying, just get away. See how this person is on this horse? You see the horse's hair blowing in the wind? Sources saying you're dealing with energies. There's two types of energies. They succumb to passive and powerless behavior, or they're egotistical, materialistic, and forceful. In either case, now that you know what your purpose on this planet is, you need to get as far away from them as possible. Don't even ask any more questions at all. Remember I said this when we talked about the number 1? 2 and night would be 1, right? 2 minus 1, right? You would rather stand by yourself and pray for yourself than to be around predators. You'd rather get away from the circus and be by yourself and start planting new seeds somewhere else than be around in predatory land where people prey on people's perceived weaknesses. You can't even shed a tear without people loving to see you cry. Oh, they cry easily. They could have caught you at a weak moment where you feel like, okay, I'm really dealing with a lot of stuff that's going on here. You don't need to be around those types of energies. So here we have Queen of Swords. You're sitting on your throne, carefully vetting your thoughts. I'm talking to men and women, Capricorns, by the way. Like I said, 7 of Swords. Source has been trying to tell you, stay away from those types of people. If you don't hear anything else in this reading, stay away from people that when you're going through a real rough time and people show you that they don't care about, how you try to process things, sources like get away from them. Get away from them, because I can tell you that you got loved ones, you got a lot of ancestors around, you got loved ones that pick up on that energy, and they like, listen, you need to be somewhere where you need to process your grief. They can see you post pictures, they can see you post obituaries online, and they still don't care. But they care now, because they going through a tower moment. Try to make you feel like you were losing your mind. It's just a very cruel game. People try to make you lose your mind and, send all kinds of stuff through the air about you, that you have a temper and talking to people and spreading lies. And Here we have the Knight of Pentacles. And so we have the 6 of Wands, the Emperor card, the Moon card, the World card, and then also the Empress card. Yep. Knight of Pentacles. Not only are you working on your inner self, but you're also working out, like physically working, like, like hard work. Hard work, inner and outer. The key here is that when you are around insensitive people, get to safety. That's it. That's the whole message right there. When you are around insensitive people who are, that's not where you keep on working through your emotions. I wonder why they like that. You don't need to know why. You need to, this is a softer life you're trying to move towards. Cut ties with them. Do not carry their insensitivity for 1 second. Add some structure to your ideas. We have the Empress and Emperor card. Cut ties with them. The sooner you cut ties with them, the better it'll be for you. Don't worry about what they telling everybody else, because there's some energies right now that jump to some conclusions about you. They told people all kinds of stuff, and now those same people got to sit back and look. Oh, well, maybe I was wrong about Capricorn. Maybe they were, because somebody didn't tell them that you were going through a lot of sword activity. You were hurting. So here we have the Moon card. So I definitely see you leaving them in the past. Those types of energies, they thought they were trying to expose secrets and this kind. Like I said, when we talk about all this air energy, your head and heart don't even need to be at war with this. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help somebody. Listen, get you some pink and green stones, recharge, right? You can put them, you can, I mean, the moon is so powerful. You don't even have to sit them out on your window ledge or anything like that. So it's like, and keep it with you because you're focusing on forgiving yourself for your head and heart being at war with each other when it comes to insensitive people, period. That's it. Again, here we have the Six of Wands. Here you are, like I said, back in the saddle again. So it's just getting you as far away from those types of energies as possible because they want to reach out to you. Somebody want to reach out to you and say, I want to, like I said, they so slick. They can't even come through front. They can't even come through the front door. They got to use other people to try to trigger you to see if we could. They play little silly mind games on you to show people that you have a temper. But see, the saving grace is that you're being poured into so much right now. You're not even sweating the small stuff. So it adds no merit to what they've been saying about you. Here we have the World card. So you've already, like I said, it's already, your time in their life has already been fulfilled. You got the message loud and clear. You're not feeding into their egos. You're not feeding into their egos at all. Just as uncouth and classless. They are. They just classless. Insensitive. That would be the word. See, when you're, and I feel like, let me see what else we got going on here. Yeah, you just cutting ties with those types of energies all together as you move into abundance and prosperity. Yeah. It would be like somebody wrote down your name on a sheet of paper and tore it up into itty bitty pieces of like saying Capricorn has a really bad temper, right? And release it into the air. They can't get all those little bit pieces back. They can't change people's minds. Once you plant those seeds that you're difficult to work with, that you have a really bad temper, that leaves an indelible impression on some people's mind. They can't move past that because it's triggering for them. Once people are insensitive, I got to say this again, but once people are insensitive to your pain, especially if you told them what you're going through and they're still insensitive, cut them off. And when I say I don't care who they are, I don't care who they are. Family members, friends, I don't care how long you've known them. If you tell somebody, if you got to keep telling somebody, hey, look, I just lost somebody right now. Right now is just a real sensitive time for me. And they call you with some, oh, you still grieving over that? That should be the last day they're your friend. Right there. The last day. Even other family members. Or you dating somebody. Oh, you still grieving? They want all the attention to focus on them. Oh, you still grieving over that? Well, you haven't processed that yet. I mean, what's taking you so long? Cut. That's the last day you talking to me. You've moved on from the grief. The longer and longer you stay away from the energies, that, like I said before, you've already moved on from the disappointment. Here we have the Ace of Pentacles here. Yeah. And the motive is money for them. They see your money growing. You got at least 8 streams of income. You happy. They weren't able to mess up your money. They weren't able to steal your joy. You're feeling smarter and more powerful than ever. That's why I said, as we get closer and closer to that last, we're already in the last quarter moon. We're actually in a waning crescent moon phase. As we get closer and closer to the 10th, get your rest. Don't answer any phone calls from whoever. Matter of fact, if certain people's name pop up, block the number. Page of Cups. You are just as good news to somebody in business and in love as vice versa. They see you as good news, and so you heavy on some people's mind right now. Yeah, so they'll try it. Here we have the King of Cups. They hoping and praying that you're not watching this channel because I'm telling y'all everything. I'm telling make sure you get all the information. Listen, not only are you compassionate towards people in general, you're now learning how to pour into yourself. And that's it. That's very, very important. So the King of Cups could be a man or a woman, somebody who is really encouraging you to pour into your own cup first. Like, even when you're flying, they tell you to make sure your oxygen mask is on first before you help somebody else. How can you pour from an empty cup? See, I feel like because you all are very hardworking sign and like whatever, somebody is very creative energy. As long as you're helping other people to create and people can just be like energy vampires around you. And so when it's I can see exactly what's in the card. So when it's your time to grieve, and you just like, that emotion is not the best emotion. Like, you're grieving, you could have been going through, like I said, loss of loved ones, you could have had dreams down low, just insensitive. And so you don't need to be around those types of people at all. You just don't need to be around them at all. So yeah, like I said before, you're planting new seeds. And let's see what else we got going on here, so we can go ahead and close this out. The Emperor card came out twice. Yeah. Some people just have, like I said, a lot of people have jumped to conclusions about you without even, just insensitive. But see, the most insensitive people, somebody is, when you really sit down and process it, really think about it, the most insensitive people are always running around talking about how, they're always giving to everybody and nobody ever gives to them. And so when other people are going through stuff and they're trying to get through their day, I'm always this. Yeah. Yep. It's some energies right now. Tower card came out twice. You're divinely protected. I'm telling you, that's why it keeps coming out. It's the people that's really going through some stuff right now. But guess what? You are around some people that's saying, hey, you're not trying to see them go through some stuff, because you are a compassionate person. Let them sit around and think about how the times you poured into them and how you're headed while you were going through grieving yourself. But they won't have access to you. Some of your family members were insensitive towards you, Capricorn, when you were going through. I think sometimes when you lose loved ones, I think, our loved ones play different roles in everybody's lives. So if you lose parents, your siblings may have their own memories than you have. If you lose aunts and uncles or just other family members, everybody played some kind of role in everybody's life. So it's a gaping hole in everybody's life, and people are processing differently at different times and those kind of things. Different lengths of time, they heal in their own way. Grief just looks different for everybody. But some people are just, yeah. So I definitely see you got some really good news coming. Here you have the gift of claircognizance. You have psychic knowledge about other people. Also the gift of clairaudience, clear listening. You're healing from the pain that they cause. You're dealing with an incubus spirit. So your gifts have been increased and your enemy's plan backfired. Enemy's plan backfired. Yeah, you just gotten away from some real toxic types of energies. Yeah. Very, very toxic energies. Very toxic. Yep, your enemy's plan backfired. So you're cutting ties. Not only are you cutting ties with people who are connected to those types of energies, you just don't want to have anything to do with them at all. And some people are saying, you're very strategic and, those kind of things. You're an opportunist. You're those kind of things. So it's saying, no, actually, you're very smart. You're very, very smart. In the same way that you have been pouring into other people and trying to help other people while nursing a broken heart and deep disappointment and, feeling like you were rushed and bullied and all of that other stuff. So it's just saying, like I said, you're just getting as far away from those energies as possible. So here we have 2 and 6 is 8. So I feel like somebody's prayer life is definitely increased. I feel like somebody's prayer life is increased. And now you're visualizing yourself, in different types of energies, different spaces on your throne. Somebody just in a much better mood now. So just focus on continuing to heal. Pegasus 30, break free, dear one. Spread wide and far, for you aren't containable. You are limitless. So yeah, give them no energy. Don't even post any subliminal negative messages about people. None of that. Heal in private. Journal. If you got something negative to say, journal it. That way when you look at it, if you're on the World Wide Web, you're only posting positive, inspirational stuff, right? Things that's going to help. It's like a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air. coming across, because that kind of stuff, running around spreading lies, but people have bad tempers, and that kind of stuff can really get somebody, what I'm saying, hurt bad. Um, let's see, what else am I looking for? Let me see what else I'm looking for. Let's see what else I'm looking for. 999. I am unique. That's right. Thank the past for your lesson and leave it where it belongs so you can make the best of life that is still waiting to be fulfilled by you. Yep. By you, by only you. Yeah, so it's three types of situations in particular where people spread a lot of rumors about a temper as far as you're concerned, and those relationships, they're not going to be repaired at all. You're done. You're completely done with people who would do that kind of stuff. Yeah, you're completely done with them. You don't have nothing to do with them. That's just pure evil. Agility. I act with skill and grace. My effort is valuable. I move quickly toward my highest goals. I may fall 7 times, but I rise up 8 times. I am continuously improving. I am my only competition. Daily improvement is my highest concern. When you're thinking about like wilderness kind of energies, right? There's always somebody vying for the top spot, right? And people can be, just like I said, people who just want to jump on the bandwagon. Where's the number 8 right here? People who have succumbed to passive and powerless behavior, they just want to be a part of something, right? That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people are not thinking clearly when they running around spreading rumors about people have tempers and this kind of stuff, being insensitive. You would think that people would recognize that they are in human form and not in a bear costume. Not in a crocodile costume or a wolf costume. You would recognize, you would think that they would know better, that they have, that they're not running around with tails and ears flapping. You would think that they would think, okay, you know what? Is the person, that somebody would think beyond asking, are they going through something right now? But so many people just like to listen to just salacious gossip about people. Oh, they got a temper. Oh, no, I don't want to work with that. They what? Oh, my God. Just listening to gossip. But let somebody do that about them. And that's what's happening right now. All of a sudden, because it backfired. Somebody said some stuff and they fell on their own sword. Now people are like, oh, man, you messed up. You messed up my money. You messed up this situation with Capricorn. And you somewhere planting seeds somewhere else. Feeling like you hit the jackpot, staying as far away from them as possible. Sun God, number 40. Come all, come now, expand into the skies and into the shadows below. Yeah. You're being a sunny disposition in other people's lives. People are saying that you live in a great life. They saying you optimistic. They see you as a natural leader. They see you as kind and protective. They see you as humorous, cheerful, warm-hearted, generous, passionate, creative. And so, yeah, people go through things. People lose loved ones. I mean, who is going to be running around here, playing hopscotch after you just buried somebody? Like, what? You know, you listen, we need to do better as a human race for real, because some of us are some of the, and I say us, just because, of course, obviously account amongst the human race. Sometimes we can just be, as a human race, so insensitive towards each other. That's why I said there's no need for you to overthink this and check this out. Check out emotionally and mess up your blessings ahead of you. Yeah. Yep, ancestors. 4 baskets. 9 of coins. You moving towards financial independence. Here we have the 5 of coins, the 6 of coins, and we also have the mother of coins. Yeah. So you definitely you definitely have a lot of coins added to you, like a lot of valuable lessons about how people can pass down to you. You definitely got a lot of valuable lessons about, if you sit around and you overthink, energies, like if you overthink it to a point of like emotionally just being around energy vampires, with all the wisdom and knowledge, then you kind of lose sight of why you're here on the planet, right? So you've definitely been passed down to you, that somebody gambled something and lost, right? So you're not giving any more time to those type of energies whatsoever, because it would be a waste of your energy and time. You're moving towards financial independence. I definitely see you're still down to earth, relatable. Somebody is somewhere relaxing right now, but I feel like somebody may have lost vision. Somebody may have lost sight of what their purpose on this planet was, and that's what grief will do. So please, 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 Capricorns, learn how to be gentle with yourself. You don't owe your family any explanation as to how long it takes you to grieve something. It's not that much money in the world, for real. Source is saying, if you're not that desperate, you're not desperate or pressed to work with anybody, create with anybody, especially people who are insensitive. You are not a workhorse. So, yeah, that's what I have for you. So, pay them in dust, and don't give any indication whatsoever. Or if you have any kind of a social media platform, keep it all positive. Any negative thoughts you have, journal it. That's it. Journal it. Write a book, write a song, write a something, but don't put nothing negative, because that's all certain energies want. Oh, well, we can still see, because they're trying to give some kind of they're trying to because they put so much stuff out there. They so their air is so negative that they're trying to give any truth, trying to make it any kind of truth to them. People telling you, people, that you have a temper, because you're dealing with very hot-headed types of energies, and you don't have a temper. You were grieving. There's a big difference. They like to say, "Oh, you hold grudges and this kind of stuff." Grieving, like, but now that you're not around certain types of people and you can flush all of that stuff out, you can see what the game is. So that is what I have for you. I will see you all in the next reading. Here's the so happy Freedom Friday. Here are your questions for the moon in Pisces. A Pisces moon will bring upon, it's a very sensitive time physically and mentally, right? Because after the Pisces moon, you may feel, you think about, like, when we're in Pisces seasons in some parts of the world, may want to have one big snow, right? So that's water, right? So maybe one last cry, one last detox, one last flushing out of some things, right? Before you spring forward. We're in the month of March. That's another sign. Marching forward, not backwards, right? That last final snow, that water, okay, one big snow, one last cry, one last hard workout, sweating it out through crying through your pores, sweating out through sweat, one last detox while you're resting to close out the cycle so you can get ready to spring forward. So it can be like an emotional roller coaster. But guess what? On the other side of all of this, your psychic abilities are actually increasing. That's what, again, what I talk about journaling. So here are the questions for you, Pisces. Excuse me, Capricorn. This is for the moon in Pisces. First question is, could you keep opening up and breaking through the walls of protection and defense to heal your deepest wounds with love? The second question is, could you immerse yourself in gentleness and compassion in order to receive and channel true love? The third question is, could you become more connected to the universal unconditional love? The fourth question is, can you create healthy boundaries so that you don't take on others' energy? And then last but not least is, do you clean and replenish your energy daily? And that would be like, because water started out your reading, is like flushing out your emotions every day, every night, just by listening to water sounds, drinking more water, doing your juice fast, going swimming, those kind of things. Anything with water, spiritual baths, spiritual showers, detoxes, whatever, right? A lot of information has been passed down to you, just through the generations here, looking at your cards here. And I definitely feel like you and somebody are, like I said, growing your money, right? So we have seven of pentacles here. We have you are let me see, Four of Coins, where Source is saying just be conservative about your head and heart being at war with each other, right? As far as they're concerned, because that's what the rumor was, is that you have a really bad temper, and they put so much negativity out there. People are just really preying on your downfall, but it backfired. It backfired. So we also have the Nine of Coins and also, or Nine of Pentacles. Here you are moving towards financial independence, planting seeds, you and your person planting seeds, with new business, new love, whatever the case may be. And you're just getting your rest. Somebody's getting their rest, and like I said, you're divinely protected. You don't have anything to worry about, because that's what people were hoping. Oh, they got a really bad temper, let me see if I can get them upset. So if you gave any energy to it, you even being direct from some people will let you know what they've heard about you, because they're like, oh, like they'll make it almost seem like, okay, you just say you're insensitive with your delivery when you're just enforcing a boundary. Like I said, you can't even give too much energy to it. That's what I have for you, Capricorns. I will see you all in the next reading. Again, happy Freedom Friday. You may be watching this on Thursday, but happy Freedom Friday. I'll see you in the next reading. Okay, bye.